In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to calculate a federal income tax deduction from a paycheck. And keep in mind that there are many ways to do this, and it can get pretty complicated depending on what your situation is. So, when we're working through this example, keep that in mind that we're just doing a very simple case. So we have in this example that Tiffany earned $2,375 during her bi-weekly pay period. She is married and filing jointly. Her annual earnings to date are $48,700. And we need to calculate her net pay, which means we need to find all of her deductions, and FIT is one of them, and that's what we're going to work through now. This table that I have here is what we're going to use for the percentage method, and I took this from the irs.gov website. It's the most updated copy there is. If you're working on this yourself, you want to go to the website and make sure you have the most up-to-date copy. So the way that you want to use this table is you want to identify some things that, to make sure you're looking at the right area in the table. So the first thing you want to identify is this right here. How often does she receive a paycheck? In this case, it says it's bi-weekly. So if you notice, the tables within this one page is split up on your pay periods. So the first table is weekly, the second table is bi-weekly, and then we have monthly. And so in this example, we're using a pay period of bi-weekly. So we want to look at table 2. The next thing you want to identify is whether the person is married, filing jointly, or married and filing separately, because that's going to narrow down which area you're going to look within table 2 of this document. So according to this, she's married and filing jointly. So when we come down to the bi-weekly payroll period, this one right here is for married filing jointly. So we're going to focus on this right here. Now, if you look at the top, it tells you how to identify the bracket. So it says it's going to be at least this value, but less than this value. So her paycheck is going to fall between these two values that we pick. So then we'll know what row to look at. Once you determine the row that you want to look at for the table, you're going to look at the amount that is going to be held. So this is going to be a constant value, and then you're going to take a percentage over whatever this value is here when we look at that row. So when we look at her amount for her paycheck, we have $2,375. So we're going to look for where that falls. So that's going to fall right in here. So we're going to find that our constant amount that we're going to take out of our paycheck is $76.60. So let me write that down here. $76.60. And then we're going to add, if we go back down here, let me see if I can move this. Okay, so we're going to take $76.60, and then we're going to take 12% of anything that's over $1,731. So this will tell me the amount that it's over the 1,731. So now if we break it down into steps so you can see how this works out, I'm going to carry everything else down, and now I'm going to take the difference between the amount of her paycheck and the amount that we're looking to see that it's over. So over that 1,731. So I'm going to take 2,375 on the calculator, and I'm going to subtract 1,731. And that's going to give me $644. So the amount of her paycheck is $644 over this 1,731 number. So that's what we're going to take the 12% of. So now I'm going to find the 12% of the 644 and add that to the 7660. Now, when I take 12% of 644, I'm going to multiply the decimal form of the percentage, which is 0.12, multiply by the 644, and that's going to give me 7728. So now I just got to add those two values together, and that will give me the final amount that should be deducted from the paycheck. So when I add these up, I get 153 and 88 cents. So this should be the federal income tax that is withdrawn from her paycheck, in addition to FICA and state taxes and anything else that might need to be deducted.